Thank you very much. Georgia is home to countless innovators and companies that are on the cutting edge of new technologies. Georgia Tech's Enterprise Innovation Institute provides some critical expertise to businesses as they seek to bring technology and research-intensive products to market. And we have many small business incubators and accelerators that work closely with Georgia Tech on a variety of different projects. However, any product that relies on research and development of innovative technology is likely to have significant concerns around protecting intellectual property developed in these projects. So one question for Mr. Glover is, how do small businesses go about protecting the IP that's developed through these SBIR and STTR projects?
One of the beauties of the SBIR program in the IP area is that they are given their rights to that technology. And they have, the government cannot disclose that. There's some things that should be done to tighten that up because we run into battles and fights on the fringes. But the SBIR data rights is an important provision that's in there that helps us in many cases. But you're right, it's in those cases where the government really wants it, they demand to have, you give away your rights or we won't give you the contract. And that happens often, even though it's in the law, they can't do that, but they still do that, and they do that frequently. So data rights are critical.
What would you recommend doing to tighten that up?
We will come up, we'll get back to you on that with some specifics. It's becoming more of a problem recently. The Army especially seems to be really tough on that right now, but we've enlightened some of the services are better than others, but it is critical that you let small business keep their rights so they can go commercialize it. We know the government labs just don't do a real good job of commercializing, and small business, at least if they've got it, you've got a chance.
Thank you. Do any of the other witnesses have any thoughts on this matter? Okay, moving on to another question, and it's Ms. Keaty, did you have something?
I was just going to say that, again, you know, as an entrepreneur, there is no free time in our lives. And so all of these things take time and effort, and IP is extremely important. We have patents pending right now. It's helpful to have TABA money to help support some of that funding, but that's just one more thing on our plate that we want to do right. And so any help we can get, it's much appreciated. Thank you.
Got it. I appreciate it. And just want to follow up on one other issue that came up earlier, which was that after the venture capital phase, launching into a larger business often proves very challenging. But I know that there are programs, there are tax credits, there are federal programs out there to help move into that next sort of mid-sized business phase. And wanted to check with you, Mr. Glover, do you have any thoughts about those kinds of programs and whether they could be, there's anything more we can do to enhance and help women-owned businesses, minority-owned businesses, but just businesses in general make that next leap?
The problem with R&D credits is that you have to have a profit to be able to use it against start. Yes, to be honest, our guys don't get profits for a long time,
right?
Sometimes never. And so those R&D credits really don't help you. And the R&D credit, if you could sell it or transfer it to somebody who has money and you get some cash for it, some of the states have programs like that work. But look, we have done so little to help entrepreneurs in the innovation space. There's a whole bunch of things that we should have done, and we certainly can do. And right now, in the competitive world we're in, we need to rethink everything we're doing. We need to come up with brand new ideas. Goaling, why are we still giving less than 10% of your federal R&D dollars to the most innovative sector of small business? Why is SBIR primarily the only program that really focuses on helping small business? It's outdated thinking. We are now in a situation where the world has passed us, and that's happening over and over again. And we've got to come up with new ideas and a new approach.
Thank you very much. I agree. I yield back the balance of my time.